Hey, what's up, guys? Doing a quick sort of update video. I haven't really done a whole lot since the last video. While I was in the middle of recording all the stuff for the last video, and in the middle of editing, the power went out, and I lost all of the footage that I hadn't already edited. So I kind of left the video as it was. Right now, you can probably tell I'm using an old phone to record. My camera that I was using before, the SD card, got corrupted when the power went out. My computer died. I actually built a new computer with the holidays and everything, all the sales going on. So hopefully editing will be a little bit easier now, a little bit faster. Not a whole lot's happened since then. The power was out probably about a day. I did make a dump run. The garage is still really messy because I don't have my truck. I can't make the dump runs as often as I was before. I got a Jeep that I rebuilt an engine on. I got this Jeep for free and rebuilt the engine, but it does have transmission issues, so I might try to take that thing, make some dump runs. We'll see. I'll probably make a video on that. It is New Year's Eve. It's about to be New Year's, so I'm not doing any progress or working on the truck. I'm just going to go over what I have done off camera after the power outage and everything. And hopefully whenever I do use the Jeep to make the dump runs, I'm going to do a video on the Jeep as well. And the engine is very nice. I'm very happy with how it came out. That was quite a while ago. It's been sitting. That's going to be interesting if I do make dump runs with it. Christmas Eve until just a couple days ago, the whole family was sick. Me, my wife, and the kids, we were all sick. We had a cold, and it lasted almost a week. It was terrible. But I'll go ahead and show what I've done on the truck so far. So I am using my old phone, and I think I can turn the flashlight on, so that's pretty cool. I did go ahead and I got the regulated return mounted onto the backside here. There's a ground bolt that you connect it onto, so that's pretty cool. It is pretty sturdy. The fuel lines, these go to the back of the heads. They're not tightened down yet. They're just snugged up by hand, as well as on the back of the heads. I'm not going to go under there right now. I'm just doing a quick update video. I'm going to go have some homemade jalapeno poppers here for New Year's, so that's going to be pretty cool. But they are attached to the back of the heads. I did add heat shields onto here. This one has one as well, but it doesn't start until a little bit further down because this line is a lot longer. This is the passenger head, driver head, and then I got to connect the return line right here. So that'll be coming soon. I'm going to do a video on finishing installing this. I need to figure out, on the back of the heads, it's a really tight space. I need to figure out how I'm going to tighten the AN fitting on the back, so that'll be interesting. I got my ODOG intake roughly mounted. Man, I might use this phone a little bit more often for recording. The light definitely helps. But I got it mounted in. The bolts on the inside. So there's these caps, and you take the caps out. They're just hand tight. You can see underneath there's Allen bolts that go inside, and they hold it down. So I got to tighten all those up. I'm going to take these off and tighten those up at some point. I put it in rough, and then once I put it in, I was like, oh dang, I don't know if I'm going to need to take it out to take the up pipe out. But I did get the up pipe out. It's gone, sitting back somewhere over there in the mess. So I got the new up pipes that I'm going to be putting on once I get the regulator return done. Once I get the intake manifold bolted on, I'm going to put the new up pipes. I'm going to put the new turbo. Start getting this whole thing put back together. I have an EGR delete, obviously. And I got the hose connected down here. This hose right here. Comes around. It's got a T, and it's going to go into, I believe it's this hose here. I got to cut it, put the T in, and that's going to be the new EGR delete. You can't see it now, but probably right under here, under the intake, there's a freeze plug that I put in to get rid of that coolant port. And then everything else, I just got to really get it all put back together. The valve covers are on temporarily. I got some of the bolts in. I need to get some new bolts to finish putting the valve covers on. All the injectors are done. So last video I did do quite a bit since then. New intake elbow. And it has these ports, so I'll be able to put my boost gauge sensor in here. And yeah, it's going to be real good getting this thing all back together. As you can see my breath, it is pretty cold. I have been keeping my batteries on the battery tender. This one was on for a while. Now I just stuck that one on. So I'm going to let that stay charged. I did I don't know if I didn't show before, but the old door is here. This is the door that was on before, and I replaced it with a junkyard door that my friend actually got for me. He managed to find a really sweet deal and got this. I say new, but it's not new, obviously, but it is in a lot better shape than the old one. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it did have a pretty gnarly dent or gouge. So yeah, took the old one off. This one it has a manual window crank, manual locks, all that. So this one that I took off had electric. So eventually I'm going to go ahead and swap all that out. The tint, I was looking at the tint that was on it before, and it's very crappy. It just started peeling off on its own. And I'm going to have to tint all the windows eventually once the truck's done. But got the door mounted. Everything's even, so that's pretty cool. Aside from that, I haven't done a whole lot aside from getting the valve covers on. I got to finish putting them on. I got to start getting everything put back together once I get the regulator return done. And then I'm going to have to run my fuel lines. I got new fuel lines. You can see the old ones right here. Those are going to get ripped out. I'm going to have a new supply. I think it's a 1-inch hose. And then a 1-inch return line as well. And those are going to go straight into a sump on the bottom of the tank. That's going to be real fun. Cutting the hole in the bottom of the tank. I'm not looking forward to that because when I parked this truck, I had a half tank left of fuel. And that's not going to be fun. So I'm sure I'll do a video on that. I've never done a sump before. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'll probably drill a small hole and then just let it drain out. Up here, I got 3 5-gallon tanks ready to go, so I can let the fuel drain into those, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm also gonna have to put the new belt on, all that stuff, get all this put back together. So it's gonna be a little while longer for the truck, but man, I miss the truck. I really miss driving this thing. I've been driving the Civic for the past few months, at least the few months that I've been home. I was kind of fooling around with the badges. I painted it black, and then I thought I was going to be able to paint the lettering, but it didn't come out as well as I would like. However, I'll figure that out, and if I do figure that out, well, you can see the black badge with the white lettering will definitely look so much better than the chrome badges, and I can't wait. But that's going to have to wait, obviously, until I get the engine done. That's going to be coming up, so I just wanted to do a quick update video, just let you guys know I'm still here. But yeah, I'm going to go enjoy my New Year's. And we'll see you guys soon once I get started back on this truck again.